Historic appointment, former Iraqi President Barham Salih elected as new UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Hello everyone, welcome back to MJK Blog, your trusted source for in-depth news and analysis. On this December 19th, 2025, we're diving deep into one of the most significant and inspiring stories coming out of the United Nations. The election of Dr. Barham Salih as the next United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees.
Just yesterday, on December 18th, 2025, the UN General Assembly in New York made history. With a resounding bang of the gavel from Assembly President Annalena Baerbock and thunderous applause filling the chamber, the 193-member body elected the 65-year-old Kurdish politician and former president of Iraq, Dr. Barham Salih, to lead UNHCR, the UN's refugee agency. This isn't just another UN appointment. This is a groundbreaking moment. Barham Salih becomes the first leader from the Middle East to head UNHCR since the late 1970s. And only the third non-European in the agency's 75-year history. He's also the first former refugee to ever hold this position, a man who knows the pain of displacement not from reports or briefings, but from living it himself. Let's go back and understand who Dr. Barham Salih really is. Born in 1960 in Sulaymaniyah, in Iraq's Kurdistan region, to a prominent and educated family, Salih's life took a dramatic turn as a teenager. At just 16, he joined the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan (PUK), opposing Saddam Hussein's brutal Ba'ath regime. By age 19, in 1979, he was arrested twice on suspicion of involvement in Kurdish nationalist activities and spent 43 days in detention. Fearing for his life, he fled Iraq and sought refuge in the United Kingdom, where he pursued higher education, earning a bachelor's in civil engineering from Cardiff University and a PhD in statistics and computer modeling from the University of Liverpool. After Saddam's fall in 2003, Salih returned to Iraq and rose rapidly in politics. Deputy Prime Minister in the interim government, Minister of Planning, and later Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government from 2009 to 2012. He founded the respected American University of Iraq in Sulaymaniyah. Then, in 2018, he was elected President of Iraq, serving until 2022 during one of the country's most turbulent periods, right after the defeat of ISIS, amid reconstruction efforts and political instability. Now, Salih steps into one of the toughest jobs in global humanitarian work. He succeeds Filippo Grandi, the Italian diplomat who has led UNHCR for a decade and whose term ends on December 31, 2025. Grandi himself welcomed the election, saying, "Barham Salih brings decades of high-level public service, marked by steady leadership and thoughtful diplomacy." Coming from a country recently marked by conflict, persecution, and displacement, he has first-hand experience of the challenges many refugees face today. And those challenges are immense. Right now, over 117 million people worldwide are forcibly displaced, the highest number ever recorded. Wars in Ukraine, Sudan, Gaza, Syria, Myanmar, and elsewhere have created waves of refugees. Climate change is displacing millions more. Yet, UNHCR is facing severe funding shortages. This year alone, the agency had to cut nearly 5,000 jobs, more than a quarter of its workforce, due to drastic aid cuts from donor nations. Up to 11.6 million refugees risk losing critical help. In his statement after the election, Dr. Salih said, "I am honored to have been elected. As a former refugee, I know firsthand how protection and opportunity can change the course of a life. That experience will inform a leadership approach grounded in empathy, pragmatism, and a principled commitment to international law." He emphasized a renewed focus on impact, accountability, and efficiency, while pursuing durable solutions, not just emergency aid, but education, jobs, and pathways to self-reliance for refugees. During his campaign, Salih pledged to broaden funding sources, tap into Islamic finance, and create a global CEO humanitarian council to involve the private sector. This appointment breaks a long tradition of European dominance at UNHCR's helm, a move seen by many as a step toward making the agency more representative of the regions it serves most. Most refugees today are hosted in developing countries, not wealthy Western nations. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, himself a former UNHCR chief, recommended Salih, praising his senior diplomatic, political, and administrative leadership experience as a refugee, crisis negotiator, and reformer. As Salih prepares to take office on January 1, 2026, in Geneva, the world watches with hope. In a time of rising anti-refugee sentiment, forced returns, and closed borders, a leader who has walked in refugees' shoes could bring the empathy and innovation desperately needed.
What do you think, viewers? Is this the fresh start UNHCR needs? Will Salih's Middle Eastern perspective change how the world handles the refugee crisis? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like this video if you found it informative, and subscribe to MJK Blog for more deep dives into global stories that matter. This is MJK signing off. Stay informed and stay compassionate. Peace.